Let me guess, film photography has probably been calling your name and you don't know where to start. You don't necessarily want to drop the big bucks on any fancy cameras just yet? Well, let me introduce this absolute sleeper. This is the Canon BF-800 Prima, a point-and-shoot camera developed in the 90s, and this might become your new favorite toy to shoot film on. And the best part? You'll probably pick one up for under 30 euros. This is the Canon BF-800 Prima. It's a point-and-shoot camera that was released in the 1990s that's quite unique. It's got that clean and simple design and screams nostalgia. Nothing overcomplicated, it's super user-friendly and beginner-friendly, and it offers you fully automated features. Automated flash, check. Autofocus, check. Auto wind, check. So there's nothing else that you have to worry yourself about when you're considering using this as a film camera. It has a self-timer button, a flash that detects light and dark, so you don't have to switch it on and off. And it's just super simple to use. And if you never used film before or never shot on a film camera before, this camera says, I got you. You don't have to worry about anything. Just put in your favorite 35mm film and point and shoot. Who should consider this camera? Well, seeing that it's quite beginner friendly and it comes in at a very reasonable price of under 30 euros, I would say that a beginner who's just trying to dip their toes into the film game should consider something like this. It's easy, it's fun, and you can just shoot without necessarily focusing on any of the settings. You just have to practice your composition and get good pictures. Secondly, for a seasoned photographer, I think this could actually do the job as well. You're not necessarily held down by the smaller details. You're not worrying about ISO or your aperture or your shutter speed. You're just pointing and shooting. Using the Canon BF-800, it really takes you back. It's like time traveling back to the 90s, to a simpler era where it wasn't overcomplicated. Loading the camera is a breeze. You open it up, it opens up quite easily. You put your film inside here, roll it up, and boom, there you go. You get a satisfying click and a nice wind up when the film is loaded. Once that's done, it shows you a little number 1 on top, and you're ready to take your first shot. You frame your shot up through the viewfinder and press click. The shutter sound is soft, and there's other charming little clicks all around this camera, and it takes you into the camera itself and you feel like you are invested in something that's not easily scrolled past. You don't give it much thought, but using this little point and shoot cameras and the analog cameras with film is quite interesting. And that's it. That's your camera. Simple point and shoot camera that you can take with you wherever you go, whether that's on a vacation, whether that's around town, taking some beautiful street photography. That's it. Let's talk about what really matters, the photos. I took the Canon BF-800 and loaded it up with some Kodak Colored Plus 200, and this specific film expired in 2007, so I didn't necessarily have very high hopes for the roll of film that I shot, but we went ahead with it anyways and got it developed at a local photography shop, and what I got back I was pleasantly surprised with. I didn't expect the level of pictures that it gave back, as the cameras from the 90s and the film was expired, but what I got back was some decent pictures. They weren't necessarily the warmest or the most punchy colors, and they weren't the sharpest either. But what do you expect from this combination? The pictures overall were quite decent, and it performed quite well during the low light situations as well as with the flash. It struggled to focus sometimes during the night, but for the most part during the daytime there was no issues autofocusing unless you got too close to the lens. Overall, the pictures were beautiful, and it really offers that soft and dreamy nostalgic look that film lovers adore. Okay, let's speak about some pros and cons for the Canon BF-800. First of all, pros. It's super easy to use, it's cheap and widely available, and it's quite good at just capturing memories without necessarily overthinking it. Cons? Well, first of all, you don't have control over the settings, and this might be a pro or a con depending on what level in film photography you are, but for the most part what you see is what you get. Second of all, the build quality is quite cheap. It's a plastic point and shoot camera that was designed for the masses, so don't expect anything fancy. And lastly, you can't necessarily control the autofocus quite well in low light situations, as it does struggle a bit. But to be honest, I think if you get the Canon for under 30 euros, it's hard to complain. The Canon BF-800 won't necessarily win any awards, but what it will win is your heart. If you're a beginner film photographer, I think it's the easiest camera to get you out and get you practicing with film. It's nothing complicated, it's super easy, and if that sounds like something that you're interested, go out, buy one and shoot. Lastly, if you are into film photography, or you're just getting started with film photography, or even if you're just doing research on film photography, let me know. Drop a comment, I'd love to chat and get to know where you guys are in your adventure. This is very new to me and I'm figuring it out as I go as well. So yeah, thank you for watching to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it, and if you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So thanks for watching, until the next one. Bye.